right? I needed that because the rawness of learning about what happened to my grandmother and my mom also taught me that addiction and disassociating with your emotions is it's a crazy environment to be in. And disassociating with your emotions means like I'm just so callous, like I don't care. And I used to wear such a blank stare on my face, you guys, because I was in that much pain. I was in so much pain that I was numb as a kid where I was enjoying life, but I also had questions like where is my grandmother at? Like where are they at? You know, where are they at? This just doesn't make sense. I see so many other family members, so many other friends of mine with their grandmother, their grandfather, their mom, their dad together. And I'm sharing this again. If you're just now joining on chat, you're just now joining on stream. I'm just letting you know why does this month or why does this stream mean so much to me? Is because I gotta make sure that I come clean for them. Their tragic or the unfortunate timing of their transformation or their immortality when they join the heavenly realm, right? When I look at their journey on earth, they lived very, very big lives, meaning like they were big in their community. My grandmother used to be the grandmother in the Bronx, New York, Mitchell Projects, 16J. Don't visit that apartment, by the way. I'm sorry I just put that out there. But respectfully, my grandmother used to take in everybody. She used to take in the Hoopers. She used to take in the family friends. She used to take in, someone that was dealing with physical abuse. She was dealing with the people that, back in the day, we used to call them, fiends or junkies. And that point, they're not junkies or fiends, they're people, right? Everybody's just a person, but we're naming them, we're judging them. My grandmother used to open the door up and just be like, yo, come on in, y'all can stay here. And my dad is seeing all this. So I got the chance to ask him as I got older, man, what was the Bronx like? And when he tells me these stories about how it was and how my grandmother was, like my grandmother had my dad, I think when she was like 16, 17. And then my grandmothers before that had babies when they were 13 years old. And I'm sharing these details with you guys because I grew up realizing like, oh, I'm being raised by young parents. Like I'm being raised by young parents. Right. So I'm just aware of what's so little when I'm younger, but I'm always looking over my shoulder, like, yo, where are the two matriarchs in my family to really sit me down and be like, nah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be, you know, you shouldn't be feeling like this. You know what I mean? And I think it was just mainly, I don't say I think I know at this point. Whether it be 4-year-old me or 8-year-old me or 11-year-old me or 15-year-old me was just looking for that motherly comfort, but didn't know how to say, I'm struggling with understanding who I am because those two pieces of me, my grandmother and my mom, are missing. So the details of my life, the family lineage of, you know, I'm just trying to figure out who am I becoming because I have all these gifts that I'm like, yo, uh, where did I get these from? But the biggest understanding that I could tell you guys is as you get older, please don't just stay in the pain. Don't just stay there. Just promise me you guys won't stay there. All right. I appreciate all y'all comments. Thank you guys for listening to this. I'm gonna get back to I'm gonna get to the point and I'm gonna round it out. All right. I'm gonna round it out for you guys. I told you this is very emotional for me because it as a kid, I was dealing with this alone. Before I became Kyrie Irving to the world, I was dealing with all these things still. I was still in deep hurt. Even when I was in the league accomplishing all these great feats, still dealing with these things. And over the past few years, building my family settling down with my wife, going to therapy, not being afraid to express to people how I'm feeling, not being afraid of confrontation, being fearless out here, taking risk, being understanding and being kind-hearted to people no matter how the fuck the world goes within your life. Like still being kind, even though you're gonna have some spats. But 98%, 99% of the time, if you're a good person, I promise you'll be rewarded out here. People just don't understand that concept at times. You don't have to treat people like shit to get ahead. You don't have to disregard somebody just to get ahead. And I want to tell you, that's what I learned from my grandmother and my mom is though they're not here with me, they taught me how to treat people based off their character. And because my mom was adopted by an all white family when she was in, her early months being born, I have a whole white side of my family, right? Like if I showed you the whole side, my adopted, like my family who adopted my mom, you guys would be looking at me like, there's no fucking way, Kai. There's no way. And still help people no matter what. Because however I'm feeling, I'm gonna get passionate here. Excuse me. However I'm feeling, I'm able to get that out. And that's what I needed to learn when I was a kid is stop shutting the fuck up and learn how to say something for yourself so the world can hear you. My pain turned into my canvas. My canvas was the basketball court. The basketball court gives me life lessons, but it will never educate me on what's going on in the world. Don't let that go over y'all heads. All right. Playing basketball will never educate me. Like literally working on it will never educate me. It will never train my brain to learn what's going on and how to function. It is literally most of the times an escape, but it also has real live opportunities that are tied into it that now are broadcasted professionally. Right? That's why the NBA is what it is. Right? A lot of us channel that pain into literally transmuting that into something good that comes out of it, right? So I again, basketball is literally like it's just a canvas. I paint my pain on that court. That's why I'm so creative. I'm gonna give you guys an insight to my handles, right? Everybody keeps asking me. Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know, Kai, how'd you get your handles? Kai, how'd you get your handles? Kai, how'd you get your handles? And I'll tell you exactly how I got my handles. It really came from being a very imaginative kid, having the gifts given to me from my ancestors, people who came before me who were on this earth and didn't get a chance to even live how I'm living today. Don't let that go over y'all heads either. When I tell you I'm grateful for my ancestors, it really comes from a place of they were not able to be free on this land either. They were not able to get on stream like this. They were not able to work on their craft, such as basketball, and then be able to make not just the money, but to be able to change the or pivot where the family is going. My work ethic will always stand out, but it's really my imagination and also how I took that pain in which I'm speaking on. And I didn't even know that my pain would make me this great. I did not know that my pain would make me this great. I'll go outside my backyard, take off my shoes, get on that concrete and just hoop. I'll just hoop. I'll take off my shoes and just hoop. I don't need no socks on, no nothing. You know why? Because literally all I knew when I was younger, when I was in pain or I was feeling some type of way emotionally, I would just go get my basketball, go in that backyard. So how did my handles become so great? That pain was driving me, guys. That pain was driving me. Like it's nothing like pushing yourself to the limits to see if I'm not gonna say this because I don't want to be clipped up, right? I'm gonna say this very responsibly. But it's pushing yourself to damn near almost perishing. Like it's pushing yourself until you about to pass out. It's pushing yourself until you're hurting, bro. And I know a lot of people in this chat know this, and some of you guys don't know what it is, but it's not. Again, this is why I say basketball taught me life lessons. Taught me life lessons, but it did not educate me on how to regulate my nervous system, breathe through things. It didn't teach me that I had to go practice, just like I was practicing basketball. And that's what this pivotal point in my life is. I'm ready to go practice with other skill sets. I'm ready to take this imagination into the management or artist management space or the hospitality space or learning about other people's journeys on live stream and having guests on here explain their journeys to me so I can heal. My pain is now used to heal me. I get on the court to heal me. That's the that's the pivotal point. Now I use my pain as a healing tool. Okay, I feel pain. Okay, I feel hurt. What do I do with this? I'm not about to just sit down and drink it away. I'm not going to sit down and smoke it away. I'm not going to sit down and avoid it. I'm not going to do that. And I know a lot of y'all at home do y'all own things and hey, everybody has their own vices, everybody has their own sins that they got to be comfortable telling God. I'm fine with that. I'm not a judge on that, but I'm saying what happens when that pain becomes too much and you don't know what to do with it. And that's what was going on with me these last few years. I'm having some of the best moments of my career on court, but I don't know what to do with that pain. And now I look crazy because I'm a young person that is ignorantly trying to burn bridges, trying to hurt other people, and then trying to use basketball to educate myself. How many Kobe highlights can I watch? How many MJ highlights can I watch? How many work ethic videos can I watch? How many motivational videos can I watch? How many transformative training methods for your brain? How often can I wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to keep training? I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying training is bad. I'm just saying I had to realize like I am only getting better at this craft. So where the heck is my maturity? When real life happens, when I need to be able to be my age and act my age, and not even just act my age, but to understand how to handle things without deviating from the mission or the goals that I have or putting myself out there too much where I'm just like, fuck it. I don't care. And having that careless attitude was so common for me as a young person. As a younger person, I'm still a young person. As a younger person, it was like all of those careless moments where I was like, yo, fuck it. Like, I don't care. Like, what you mean you don't care? You don't care about what? You don't care about what? Mean you don't care? What you mean you don't care about your life? What you mean you don't care about breathing on earth and having a chance? What do you mean? And I'm not the one to just question people like that in their front of them and try to discredit how they feel because a lot of people come from the similar environment that I did, right? Where you're very young and you lose two people that are very instrumental in your development. Or you lose a friend early and then you turn to other things that don't really belong, you know, in your and they don't really belong in your journey, you know. So I appreciate you guys for all of the comments. I love you guys too. Thank you for allowing me to stand on my truth here and explain this to you guys because I know that sometimes my streams can go like this, but I really wanted to start off this 8-6 stream as I move forward and move forward so I could get this message out to my future self. So every stream, I'm going to tell you why this means a lot to me, right? Not just August, but why this stream means a lot to me, why streaming means a lot to me because I didn't get into this to just be random as fuck. I didn't just get into this. I got into this to help others heal. I got in this to make sure that I am still staying on course, right? Do I want to talk about basketball reactions? Yes. Do I want to talk about basketball culture and do everything that people expect to see on here? Cool. Yeah, sometimes. But for the most part, I'm human just like everyone else. It's hard to not internalize what you're seeing on your phone, especially when people are struggling or, you know, doing something, that doesn't necessarily help them figure it out. And for all of you guys that are asking me questions, right? Like, yo, Kai, what do you be doing on your off time? Yo, Kai, what you be doing? Da da da. I'm like, look, I do the same shit y'all do, but I also respect my own privacy. Right. I don't I want to be out and about. And sometimes y'all may catch me out and about. Y'all saw me at AMP's pool party. Shout out to AMP again. Man, making sure those guys are all good, but there there's a time and a place where now I can kind of show up and experience, we say being outside, But let me know when y'all get